cause the T don't stop. She don't miss nothing, got the scoop on lock. Spilling all the tea while it's still too hot. Lakeysha Keysha, queen of the plot. Hit that bell cause the tea don't stop. Hit that bell cause the tea don't stop.
Hey guys, I hope everybody is having a great day. I am definitely having a great day, honey, because today your girl turned in everything and she is no longer employed by the ass federal government. Y'all can kiss all of my butt. And y'all heard what I said. I'm so glad to be out of there. When I tell you that job was depressing, them people were stressing me the hell out. I mean, I came to work, not be a damn slave. I don't know if it has anything to do with Georgia, where when you go to a job, they think you're the slave. So I was so happy to get out of there. I promise y'all, every time at 3 o'clock, I felt like I was going to die. And I mean it. I am so glad to be out of there. Y'all have no idea. I have never in my life worked a job that was so depressing. And so I just finally said, you know what, God, I do not need to work here anymore. And you know what I happily did? When that old raggedy Donald Trump said, okay, the federal workers can leave and get paid for 4 months, I said, next. Yep, that's me. I got to get the hell out of here. So I am gone from there. I am so happy. I mean, I just can't even explain to y'all how traumatizing that place was. I have never in my life worked in a place that was so freaking unprofessional. When I tell you they so unprofessional and ghetto, I didn't even talk to nobody. That's just how the job was. I'm like, listen here, I am an educated woman. I have a master's, a bachelor's, associates, license. I can't work around y'all. Y'all is not my cup of tea, okay? Because that's just not how I get down. But for the news, y'all, now we've been following this story, honey, with Dr. Heavenly's son. And if y'all don't remember how it all started, I'm going to give y'all a little snippet at what really went down, because what ended up happening is one of my lovely followers let me know that, her son was in trouble. If I remember, I think that's how it went. So I looked it up, and lo and behold, I found that her son had, gotten into some trouble. And of course, Heavenly, in old Heavenly fashion, with her lion tail, she decided to do an interview. Now, this interview is courtesy of Spill It Boy TV. Now, when my video dropped and I said her son was in trouble, her son was going to jail. I mean, this is a felony. They say he tried to run over the popo. She said that it was a lie.
YouTube streets go, right?
Yes.
Okay. I want to go ahead and talk about something that's in the YouTube streets. I woke up this morning, and before I made my way out into the world, the first thing I saw on my timeline was you. And I said, wait a minute. And it's a rough one. So I'm not gonna get into the whole story. I'm gonna get into the storyline, and then I'll let you tell us what you want to tell us about the situation. First thing I saw when I woke up this morning was Dr. Heavenly's son has been arrested for assaulting a police officer.
You know what? I saw that too, because I'm in these YouTube streets too, and it scared the shit out of me, because you never know. You know what I'm saying? You never know. I'm like, damn, I got 2 boys.
Okay, and I mean, if y'all read or, watched my video, or I don't know why I said read, I must be tired. If y'all watch my video, she came out with this lie saying, people was lying and I checked on my sons and my sons was fine. Dr. Heavenly lied so damn much. I don't believe shit she say. In all honesty, I need to find out if this is really this hoe's real name because she lies so much. But what I wanted to do was give y'all an update. Okay, so with regards to this interview, if y'all recall, if not, I kind of did a video, I did a live about it. She basically said that people was lying. Her son is fine. Her son is not going to jail. Her sons are good. Now, why she did that, I don't know, because then later, what ended up happening is after she did that video, okay, she actually did another video. Okay, and let's kind of go back. Now, when she did the video with Spill It Boy TV, she basically said that it was a lie, and people lying, and they making up stuff, and she don't know what's going on. Is pretty much what she ended up saying. But then she kind of backtracked and said, "Wait a minute, yeah, okay, my son did get in trouble. But let me tell y'all what ended up happening. My husband took care of it." So it's just like, what, bitch? So essentially, Dr. Heavenly said that although her son had, gotten into trouble, she said she didn't know anything about it because what happened was her husband had taken care of it. I know that sounds crazy, right? It is crazy because I mean it's a lie because how did your husband take care of it, honey, when it is still an ongoing case? So in fact, her husband didn't take care of anything because it's still an open case. And I had notified you guys that it is still an open case. Okay? That it is still an open case with regards to her son and everything that was going on. But like I said, she went on to Carlos King's show here, as you guys see on the screen. And she, again, told a bunch of lies and pretty much said that, her husband took care of it and everything is okay. And, it's gone. Like nothing is going on. And the reason that she said that she didn't know anything about it, because it was nothing for her to know because it had already been taken care of. And I told y'all, at some point, I'm just like, look, I'm not gonna go back and forth with what that lady say. She's lying. Well, let me give y'all update to this story, okay? With regards to Dr. Heavenly's son, I already went over the charges. I told you all back then that the felony charge carried a lot of time. And I mean, y'all can go back and watch that video. I'm not going to get into that here. But what has happened is he is actually going to take a guilty plea. Now, originally, if you guys recall, he did a not guilty plea. So let me kind of let y'all know how this goes. And I'm not a lawyer, but I mean, this is kind of simple. You can go Google it. A person can change their plea. And, originally it was not guilty. And then, so typically, if a person is really going to move forward to a trial, he would be kind of in that stage right now. But as I review the case in the notes that appear online, what it actually says is that what he's getting ready to do is he's going to plea. So plea means he's going to plead, give a plea. So the only plea that you can give is guilty. If you guys understand how it works in court, when you have a jury trial, as with like the Diddy trial, Diddy has said he didn't do any of it. So now, the jury is going to decide. So because they have not really said that they're going to pursue with, a jury trial, it looks like he's working with the prosecutors to kind of come up with a deal. And y'all kind of know how, that can go. Maybe they have offered him, some probation or something of that nature. Because otherwise, I mean, why would he be pleading guilty? If that was the case, then he would just take his chances and pretty much go with the jury. But I don't know how successful he would be because, in all honesty, I would assume that there is a video in which they, would say that he went toward the cop. And in all honesty, if the cop's video was not on, they would still go with what the cops say. Y'all kind of know how that goes. It seems like it doesn't matter what the hell the cops do. It seems like they always go with whatever the cops say. So in this particular situation, it looks like her son is going to be pleading guilty. Now, originally I was set to go to the court hearing in which it was canceled. And then shortly thereafter, what is, shown is that he's going to plea. So it looks like he's going to plead, take some kind of plea. Now, originally it was scheduled for April the 28th, in which that hearing was canceled. Then it looked like, May 1st, they did a scheduling order. Now, a scheduling order is simply, his attorney getting with the prosecutor and going to the judge and say, hey, these are the dates, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. But it looks like, so they did that, but it looks like the next thing that's going to happen is they're going to get together and decide, like, what are they kind of, how they're going to, move forward. And then the last and final thing is a final plea. Again, the final plea can only be guilty, because if he's not going to plead guilty, we would see a jury trial and we would see a date, which we do not see. So that is a good indication that her son is looking to plead guilty. Now, some of y'all be like, where Dr. Heavenly? She hasn't been online. Frankly, it seemed like Dr. Heavenly disappeared after all of that information came out about her son, which is so crazy that somebody would be online running their mouth about everything, making up lies, cussing folks out, but can't even say what happened to her own son. And she don't care that the public is going to look it up themselves, make their own interpretation, when all she got to do is kind of like say it, own it, and be done with it. Because if she don't, guess what we gonna do? We gonna keep looking.
She don't miss nothing, got the scoop on lock. Spilling all the tea while it's still